What does it really mean to market with the force of a warrior? And why does a tiny moment of shame hold the answer? You finish your best brand content ever. A colleague asks if you used AI, and without warning, you flinch. That flinch is not random. It is the key clue pointing to a philosophical force that has been quietly working against you for over a century. To understand it, we need to meet Friedrich Nietzsche and his uncomfortable diagnosis of where most people's values actually come from. Nietzsche was a German philosopher born in 1844. And his concept of slave morality describes a value system built not by the strong, but by the fearful, who punish those who stand apart. That single inherited system does a lot of damage. It brands excellence as arrogance, efficiency as laziness, and using AI as outright cheating. The guilt you feel about using AI is not your conscience talking. It is an invisible chorus of heard voices whose judgment you absorbed without ever agreeing to. Nietzsche called it weakness as a task, the pressure to perform suffering rather than produce results, and the guilt of efficiency. His prescription was self-overcoming. Reject the inherited shame, create your own values, and master every available tool without apology. A brand that sets trends, originates ideas, and bends tools to a singular identity will always outrank one that imitates and chases borrowed values. Now let us travel from 19th-century Prussia to feudal Japan, where the samurai faced a strikingly similar crisis of identity and tools centuries earlier. Bushido, the way of the warrior, was not a rulebook imposed from outside. It branched inward into rectitude as right decision-making, courage as doing what is hard, and loyalty as commitment beyond oneself. Miyamoto Musashi wrote in The Book of Five Rings, "The warrior who blames his weapon has already lost. The mind must be the master." Without a genuine brand code, AI cannot save you. No identity means the tool only produces faster mediocrity, not mastery. But give AI a real brand identity to serve, and it becomes the katana in the hands of a master, an extension of will, not a replacement for it. Zanshin, the remaining mind, demands that after every strike, the warrior stays fully present and intentional, and no content gets dispatched thoughtlessly. The samurai answer to AI shame is not less technology. It is more intentionality. Because a sharper code is the real solution, not fewer tools. Now we bring it all together. Nietzsche's self-overcoming meets the samurai's code of intentional mastery to build a single operating philosophy for the modern brand builder. The shame you feel about AI is not a moral signal. It is Nietzsche's slave morality dressed in professional anxiety, and it has a precise historical diagnosis. The warrior marketer runs on three pillars: will to power as creative force, amor fati as love of your era and tools, and Zanshin as full presence in every piece of content. When you measure competitive distinctiveness, the warrior marketer pulls far ahead of the trend addict, because discipline and identity produce an edge that algorithm chasing simply cannot replicate. Trends expire, identity endures. Now it becomes personal. Nietzsche's vision of overcoming and the samurai's forging through fire apply directly to your brand and to you. Nietzsche wrote, "Man is something that shall be overcome. The shame-bound version of you is not your final form. It is just your starting point." Your brand is not a logo or a color palette. It is a living code of values, expressed as visual story, delivered with the full, unwavering presence of a warrior. Gutflow's work produces deliberate thinking, Precise execution and the excavation of a brand's origin story, like a philosopher mining for truth. When Nietzsche's self-overcoming, samurai discipline, and genuine identity all work together, the result is a brand that gets remembered long after the algorithm has moved on. If you are building something that deserves to be seen, DM directly or click the link in the channel. The conversation starts there.